Welcome to the Think It Media podcast. I am your host, and today we will be diving into a quick story. A client added meaningful alt text to a set of product images, and 2 weeks later, their usable leads from organic traffic doubled. Not clicks, usable, qualified leads. That surprised us, but it makes a point. Small accessibility moves can move the needle fast.
No way! Doubling leads from a single focus change?
I love that story because it snaps people out of the compliance-only mindset. Accessibility is discoverability and conversion. Today, we'll give 5 moves you can start this week. Small, measurable, and low cost.
Exactly. Not a redesign. Targeted fixes that protect rankings and lift leads. We'll walk through structure, images, forms and keyboard flow, visual hierarchy, and performance-minded accessibility. Then, how Think It Media can turn this into a sprint. Ready to get practical?
Ready. And I want to start with the foundation, semantic structure. Headings are content signposts, not styling hooks.
Use a single H1 that clearly describes the page. Follow nested heading order for H2, H3, and prefer meaningful link text over click here. These changes help crawlers and assistive tech, and they make pages scannable for real people.
Operational tip. Pick your top 5 landing pages, map the headings into an outline, and fix any misordered or missing H2s. Prioritize product and service pages first. They're your lead drivers.
Let's talk images next, and this is where that doubling leads story lives.
Alt text should answer 2 quick questions. What is shown, and why does it matter on this page? So avoid keyword stuffing. Lead with intent. For decorative art, use an empty alt attribute so screen readers skip it, and add captions on complex visuals.
Right. Can I add a quick template? Product X in context, key benefit or action. For a hero image, small team using product X to manage invoices, saves 2 hours per week. Short, descriptive, useful, better than generic sales copy.
Good template. Next up, forms and keyboard accessibility, where conversions live or die.
Make sure focus order follows visual order, labels are explicit, and error messages are programmatically connected to fields. Use native label elements over click handlers, and preserve visible focus styles.
And don't forget mobile. Keyboard navigation on small screens is different. Test with a hardware keyboard or voiceover talkback.
Right, that trips people up all the time.
Also, consider a one-field lead capture, email, plus a tiny microcopy explaining why you need it. That one change reduces friction and respects privacy. Small changes like that can move form completion noticeably.
On visual design, color and contrast are straightforward wins. Aim for at least 4.5 to 1 contrast on body text and 3 to 1 for large text. If you're short on time, bump body font size to 16px, increase line height to 1.5, and run your primary CTA color through a 4.5 to 1 contrast check.
I want to push back a little here. Some brand teams worry that higher contrast or bigger fonts will break the look.
I'm not sure I buy that completely. I've seen brands preserve personality with subtle shade shifts and spacing adjustments. You can keep character without sacrificing readability.
Fair point. The compromise is to try incremental tweaks, slightly adjust hues, add outlines for small text, and A/B test critical CTAs. You'll usually trade negligible brand difference for real gains in engagement.
The last move is performance-friendly accessibility, lazy loading, ARIA where necessary, and progressive enhancement. A key rule, prefer native semantics first. Add ARIA only when you can't use a native element. And make sure lazy loading doesn't hide crucial content from crawlers or assistive tech. Prioritize hero assets so perceived performance stays fast.
Implement progressive enhancement. Server render essential content. Hydrate enhancements. Use rel preload for hero images and keep CLS low. Monitor speed and accessibility together. A performance regression can erase usability gains.
Okay, quick prioritization if you have one afternoon. First, fix headings on your top 3 pages. Second, audit and update alt text for product and hero images. Third, fix form labels and focus order on your top converting forms. Fourth, bump text contrast and review CTA colors. Fifth, check lazy loading and ARIA. Keep changes incremental and test.
Measure the right things. Usable leads, form completion rate, search impressions for image traffic, and time to first meaningful interaction. In past sprints, we've seen form completion rate lift 8 to 15% within 4 weeks. That gives a reasonable expectation for ROI on focused work.
Practical rollout, a 1-day audit checklist, a 2-day implementation sprint for copy and headings, and a week to test forms and performance. If you lack bandwidth, that's exactly where a scoped Think It Media sprint helps. Focused delivery and measurable KPIs.
Let me be specific about what we do. A priority audit of your top pages, a lightweight implementation sprint to fix the 5 moves we covered, and a monitoring plan with KPIs like form completion and image-driven organic traffic. We scope, deliver, and hand over test scripts so your team keeps the gains.
We'll validate changes with automated checks and 1 round of assistive tech testing so ARIA and lazy loading don't introduce regressions. Small audits, concrete fixes, measurable outcomes. That's how you keep projects affordable and impactful. Most definitely.
Quick recap. Semantic headings and link text. Descriptive alt text and captions. Keyboard and form accessibility. Color, contrast, and visual hierarchy. And performance-minded accessibility. Prioritize by traffic and conversion, and measure usable leads, not just clicks.
If you can do one thing this week, pick a landing page and apply the first 3 moves. You'll often see clearer scans, fewer form drop-offs, and better image traffic. And if you'd like us to scope that into a sprint, reach out. That sounds great.
Subscribe to the Think It Media podcast for tactical episodes that turn accessibility into measurable lead growth. Let's talk about this. If accessibility is on your roadmap, but you need a contained team to execute, we can help. We appreciate you listening and hope to have you back for our next episode.